Sunday mass to be inspired.
We gather here, our faith like fire.
Together we're strong in our desire. We light up the night in a blazing world. And Sunday mass, we don't need no Messiah. Let's come to bash.
Sunday Bash, Sunday Mass, February the 8th, 2026. In nomine Padre, e Filii, e Spiritus Sancti. For all the beautiful bashers out there, welcome to Sunday Mass, the kinder, gentler show from Friday night. There won't be any Kama Sutra spoken about today, that's for sure. But basically what I wanted to talk about today was getting along in a civil way. Because we live in a time when disagreement has become kind of a sport, when difference is treated like danger, and when being loud is often mistaken for being right. Yet when I look at the Bashers, this little gang that we've gathered together, I see something quite radical. I see people who actually listen, people who disagree without demeaning, people who can laugh together even when they don't line up perfectly on every issue. That, my friends, is not small. It's pretty rare, and it's kind of holy. In a way. Getting along socially and politically and spiritually doesn't mean thinking the same way. It means remembering that the person across from you is more than a position, more than a vote, more than a headline. It means choosing curiosity over contempt, restraint over righteousness. And like spiritually speaking, it is the refusal to reduce another human being to the worst sentence or loudest opinion possible. It's the quiet work of seeing another one as a whole. What gives me a lot of hope, and that's what Sunday Mass does for me, is that you already practice without fanfare. You know, you show up on Sundays, we stay at the table. You guys all allow room for complexity, humor, contradiction, grace. You understand, maybe instinctively, that harmony isn't silence and unity isn't uniformity. It's respect. It's patience. It's the belief that dignity is not something we earn by agreeing, but something we grant by being a human being. So my hope is not that the world becomes perfect, because I don't think that could ever happen, but that it becomes a little more like this little gang that we've assembled here together. A little more generous, a little more human, a little more willing to say, we don't have to match to belong. If more people learned that lesson socially, politically, and spiritually, we wouldn't need to shout so loudly to be heard, because we're already listening. And that's the best part. We listen here on the iBashers, so thanks. Let's see who got in here at number 1. It's Panel Power coming back for you. Panel Power, greetings and salutations. You're back on a roll. Man, I don't know how you do it. And I did it kind of late today. I usually put the thumbnail. Carolyn Martin, I saw in the chat, she said it's the setting. Well, it was meant to be if cats and dogs can get along, and they often do. I had a cat and a dog that were best friends. And my cat left this earth a week after my dog did. My cat had no discernible illnesses. Nothing was wrong. We took Glaucus to the vet, and he died of a broken heart. I'm sure of it, because his best friend had passed away. They were so intrinsically linked. It was amazing. They were an amazing duo, those two. And I wish that they both were around in the heyday of cell phones. I would have so many more pictures, but it was, I found Dinga in 1992, and I had her until 2008. And Glaucus as well, 2008. I mean, I think the iPhone had just come out, so I've got some pictures, but like now I've got 8,563,000 pictures of Laverne. But cell phones, they've changed the world. Mr. Brooker is here. Greetings, well done, Panel Power. Mr. Brooker, he upvoted. Please upvote if you can. I am wearing the first Omega in space today. It's a great Sunday watch. Manual wind, 3861. It's a thing of beauty. Basherdirk, you're a god. I love this thing. I wear it so often. I've got such a nice little collection now. I'm very happy in my collection. I want for nothing. I'm not lusting after anything. I'm lusting after a better lifestyle. I'm lusting after peace. I'm lusting after finality. I'm lusting after, you know, the after, trying to get the bad out of the way so we can find a little path towards grace. Because when you're in a war, it's just you're always on the defensive, and it's the worst part. It's the worst part, especially if you didn't start it. So yeah, Mr. Brooker, we'll catch after the replay later tonight. I'm cooking dinner for the family and the father-in-law. Well, have a great Sunday roast, as you guys do over there. Fantastic. Hope everyone has had a safe and happy weekend. Likewise. Likewise indeed. And Dave, look at it. There is Dave Fahrenheit 451. He upvoted. Thanks, Cancer. Thank you so much for upvoting. If you can. Martin Bronson are here. Upvoted. Well done, panel power. You guys are monsters. You're amazing. You're just like best of the day monster, getting in there first. Incredible. The pole position. Andrew Wolkowicz comes in hard with Canadian $5. Congratulations, panel power. Stay warm and dry as you can, everyone. I have to work tonight on Sunday. Boo. Be inspired, be kind, like and subscribe, and become a patron if you can. Thanks so much. I'm not that big a pimp on this show. I'm very bad at pimping out the thing. But if you want to be a kind of quiet member or any of those things, you can just roll on over to patreon.com/ibashers. It's a very nice thing, and I appreciate it greatly. And I will put all of the Patreons down here, as I often do on Sunday, just to say thank you to all of them for all of your kindness over the last 2.5 years. It's been cheers to you. It's been incredibly humbling. I'm grateful for all the support that I get. Listen, I know Friday night was a pretty polarizing show. Maybe we have to rethink Friday night, because there was a little tipsiness going on, that's for sure. Tried that terrible Chilean wine, which was just, God forgive me, it was just so bad. Wow. Tasted like farts. It was so horrible. It just was so sulfitic and weird. And I didn't get a headache because I didn't drink enough of it. But then I had I guess I had a glass of it, maybe a little more than that. I tried. It was a valiant attempt. But yeah, just maybe we'll stick to certain subjects. Ray's. Oh, I've got to give you the big bang boom. Sorry about that. Sorry, Andrew. The official Andrew Wolkowicz super chat gong for him. Thank you so much. And Ray, woof 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 woof. Ray, how are you? Hope you're settled in the Irish coast with your woolens on. Renaissance is here, and he says, nonsense which does not fit into the prearranged patterns which we have superimposed on reality. Nonsense is nonsense only when we have not found that point of view from which it makes sense. Amazing. There is no clarity. There was never meant to be clarity. Have you ever heard a blindfolded octopus unwrap a cellophane-covered bathtub? These are so unusual from you today, Julian. Have you ever heard a blindfolded octopus unwrap a cellophane-covered bathtub? No. Have you? How many hours are there in a mile? Is yellow square or round? Probably half the questions we ask. Half our great theological and metaphysical problems are like that. Well, this is true. What do we know? This little microcosm we live in the vastness of space, and we're so proud of our arithmetic and our, socioeconomical progress. But we are merely just dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. It's true. Silence is the space that we create when all of the noise around us finally realizes that it hasn't said anything, that it's not going to say anything, but it can't bring itself to shut up. There's been so much noise, and, I think because of the calamity of the current situation for most of us, and I say most of us, here in the U.S. is just the scales are leaning one way finally, and people are getting common sense together. I'm sure everybody's seen that incomprehensible racist post that happened yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? And it's just unacceptable on every level. It can't be considered parody, and it can't be taken out. It can't be taken out of context. It is exactly what it purports to be. And I think that common sense is prevailing, and people are like, "Oh wow, we've allowed that to go too far." Because once that becomes the norm and people look the other way, then all common sense goes out the window, and all humanity goes out the window, and it's just a terrible, tragic thing. And I hope the needle is moving. I really do. Steve Zaleski is here. Happy Sunday, Dirk, on all the bashers. Happy Sunday to you, Steve. Hello, darling. Had a super lazy day, engrossed in the Winter Olympics. I was enjoying the hell out of the skating last night. Man, a couple of quick things. I looked this up because I was looking at the scoring and I was like, wow, the Italians are doing really well. Then I looked it up, and it turns out that the host countries generally get more medals than anybody else on that particular year. And I'm like, well, wait a second. The IOC, right? They've definitely got to have some kind of rules in place that there isn't any kind of payola or like, I'm wondering, should the host countries be allowed to vote on Olympic events? I almost think that we should take host countries out. And I'm a big fan of the Italians, so it has nothing to do with them in general. But it's interesting. I looked it up, and historically, it is true that the host countries do medal more than everybody else. And then I chat GPT. I did. And it said that that's because they spend more money on rehearsals and practices and infrastructure and national pride. And I'm like, yeah, but also, does the host country also vote for their own people? And the other thing that came to mind was that the Olympics is supposed to be a place where all the nations get together and are very proud of their homeland. The flags, the banners, all that stuff. You see it everywhere. Somebody's from Spain, Spanish flag. See somebody from Portugal, Brazil, doesn't matter what it is. But I was a little embarrassed by all the American flags in a very small way, because I just think we're so shitty right now. And we are setting such a bad example. Any kind of jingoism looks bad to me. Patriotism is not the same thing as nationalism or jingoism. It's fine to be patriotic. You should be. It's where you're from. It might have enabled so many opportunities or not for you. But it just seemed a little, how when like Russia pulled that crap, they're like, well, let's ban them. Let's ban Israel. Let's ban all these countries that do bad stuff. Well, I'm wondering, was there a conversation about banning us, the U.S., from that? Because we've been up to some stuff that's just not very nice. I'm just curious. This leads me to the fact that, did anybody see that incredible skating pairs? It was the ice dance, and it was, forgive me for not knowing their names. I hope that they won in the end. Let me see. Ice dancing, gold medal. It was the most magnificent thing I had ever seen in my life. It might not be over yet. It's Madison Chalk and Evan Bates reigned supreme. Okay, they did. They were the most magnificent thing. I love skating. We all love skating. Everybody loves skating. Some people are more graceful. I don't care so much about the jumps and the acrobatics of it all. I think skating should go back to figure eights and the gracefulness and the beauty of it. And you don't see a lot of that now. You see a lot, especially in the men's, quadruple axles, and it's becoming ridiculous. But these two were magnificent. I've never seen synchronization like that. These two are so one. It was beautiful. They scored the season's best at 133.23 points overall. Did they full result? Okay, so they came in first because the Italians came in second, and I did watch them, and they were terrific, but they weren't this. This was special. It was super duper special. I think everybody enjoys. I think everybody comes together when it comes to figure skating. It's beautiful, but there's a little bit too much. Like Johnny Weir, I used to say that about him back in the day. He didn't have the quad. He did in the end, but he won the nationals so many times, but he never got Olympic gold. I actually think he only ever got a bronze medal. But by far, I think he's a very polarizing person, and he can be kind of a gnat. I get it, but he was a beautiful skater, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, thanks for that, Steve. Appreciate it. And Kevin Landon, the Kevin is here. Upvoted number 6 for Sunday Mass. Thank you so much. Upvote if you can for the show. It makes a really big difference. You have no idea how great it is. Who's watching the Olympics? Everybody engrossed in it. It's a really great thing. I think it's great when the nations get together and there can be camaraderie. And it's hard to in this day and age, it's very, very hard to see the faux pas that governments pull off. And it's a sad thing. And I hope we can all get along. Best wishes for Dirk and all the Bashers. We'll catch the replay after work, Kevin Landon. We love you, man. The fight continues. The struggle endures. The dream will never die, says Kevin Landon, and it never, ever will. You're beautiful, man. Thank you so much. All that rugby puts hairs on your chest. What chance have you got against a tie and a crest? and that rhymes. I mean, are those the ultimate example of what men are, rugby? It's just, God, those guys are built like Sherman. That's why I've never gotten into, forgive me, Americans. I've never enjoyed American football. I just don't get it. It looks like rugby with armor on. It really does. It looks like those guys don't wear anything. They're wearing like the short shorts and the knee socks, and they're like monsters. I remember the first time I ever really was cognizant of rugby. I guess it was Larry Delalio. And I was like, these guys are monsters. They're just the perfect examples of like male. It's crazy. And not in a toxic way. I mean it in the best way. It's just like it makes you go, Jesus Christ, I need to hit the gym. Rugby is amazing. It's amazing stuff. The beautiful Louise is here. And we love your new hairdo. Your new haircut is wonderful. It's Louise, how are you? Good evening, Dirk, and all the Bashers. It's evening in the UK, just for those of you who might not be on that side of the. Most of you are, most of the listeners in the Bashers. I think it's 73% England, Ireland. We have Estonia. We have some people in Prague. We have some Germans. We have a whole potpourri. And we also have several Australians and one person I know from New Zealand. And it's really fun that you get to do this thing. Think about it. Like I was bitching earlier about not having a cell phone for the Dinga and Glauca show back in the day. But like you wouldn't be able to do a show like this where it goes all over the world. Amazing. We have two Japanese people. We have Vietnam. Blinky, blinky, blinky room. Amazing stuff, man. Amazing people. Louise, great to have you live on the show. And I got the email. Oh boy. I want to read it. Well, did he send it to me on he sent it to me on WhatsApp? Let me go find that because Fergal had a Speedmaster incident, which is going to fascinate the crap out of you guys. Geez, was it not on that? He wrote me today. He's got pictures. Hold on. He sent me some wine. I sent your Christmas card by Moonpig. Not sure if you heard of the company. It's an online card company. I complained and they are resending it to you. Oh, Jesus. You're too nice, Fergal. Okay. So here it is, right? I got it. This is our Fergal, our ambassador for Christopher Ward, Mark II, Planet Ocean. So, hey, Dirk and the Bashers. This is Fergal, right? I wanted to regulate my Moonwatch Apollo 30th anniversary edition as it was running between -7 and 11 seconds a day. I'm a stickler for accuracy. Okay. I have regulated watches before and have a good enough understanding of what needs to be done. I wouldn't do that. You're crazy. But people have various levels of skill. I have regulated watches before. I've also invested in proper watch screwdrivers, the loop, and other watch tools. Bergeron, they're expensive. I invested in a time grapher. Oh boy. And I went about taking the case back off very carefully, whilst removing the anti-magnetic cap. The movement holder also came out, which I totally thought was weird. That should not happen. I then took a photo of the movement, and only when I was looking at the photo, I noticed that there was a screw sitting on top of the movement. Oh boy. Berg had a shit attack. After confirming with the watchmaker who serviced my Mark II, he took us on that whole odyssey, which was amazing. It was one of the two screws that hold down the movement holder. Whether the person who serviced it forgot to put it back or not while he was reassembling the movement, I do not know. Anyway, I went to take out the second screw and it was very loose. So I took it out, put it back in the movement holder properly, and tightened the two movement holder screws. All good now. I got excellent results on the time grapher after my regulation, and he did send me a picture, but it's not included here. But he did send it to me. Where did I see the picture of his time grapher? That's a scary thing, especially when you're talking about a vintage watch like that, because that's an 861. 861 started in 1969 after the 321, which is, the grail. But, look, listen, other than the Delrin, thing that happened for a while, that wasn't the best idea in the whole wide world, but they sorted that out. The 321 was Lemania based and it was around forever and ever and ever. And this is Omega making improvements. And then, of course, George Daniels. And then, you wind up with the 1861 and then the 3861 coaxial, on a manual wind. I would have had a shit attack too, because that's scary. I don't know who that watchmaker is. For a screw to come out like that, that is very, very unusual. Especially, I could see it happening. If you worked in the coal mines or you were in a gyroscope or some kind of crazy thing, but that's kind of negligent, especially on a vintage piece like that. So, but I'm so glad that you decided to tinker. And am I wrong in assuming that you put an exhibition case back on the back of that thing? Why did I think that? Why did I think that? Isn't that what you did? I don't know. I was pretty sure that you had put an exhibition case back on the back of that. Am I wrong about that? Listen, manual wind, automatic. I don't really understand exhibition case backs on a automatic watch. I don't see the point of it. Listen, I've got a 3861 on my wrist. It's one of the most beautiful movements in the whole wide world. And what do I have on the back? The hippocampus. You don't really get to see it unless you take it out. Look, 321, 8-6-1s, they're beautiful. 321 is the most beautiful movement, in my humble opinion, ever made. Especially the way that Omega used to always, use the copper plating and all that stuff. It's a beautiful. Omega movements are just, but exhibition casebacks with rotors, I don't really see the point of that, but I do get it on manual wind, and that is a fact. Thanks for letting us know all about that, Fergal. And if you have some pictures of that, did you send them to me today? I'd love to see them. I'd be more than happy. I'd love to see it. Yeah. Who came in here? Hey, James M. Able to catch a live show? Hey, with his Vacheron Constantin. Host country athletes often perform better because they travel less. Okay, this is good. Same time zone, increased pride to perform. That's basically what the consensus was. Sure, no travel, or just travel to the mountains, to Cortina for skiing. I'm sure everybody's well aware of the fact that Lydia O'Malley is a camera woman for the Cortina, for the skiing portion, which is pretty amazing. As you all know, he's very proud of her. She's an incredible lady. She is certified as an Ariflex operator, so she could go shoot a movie with any director that likes to use Aries. And we've had so many amazing conversations. So proud of that girl. She's incredible. She's an Italian-born woman. and she's speaks multiple languages. And the funniest thing is that she speaks English with an Irish accent. And she's just an international beauty. She's just an incredible lady. So if you get a chance, you might be watching through her lens, which I think is really great. And thank you so much for that, James M., the handsome and talented Mr. James M. Let's give you some kazoos. Trying to give you kazoos. And I look forward to the next time you're in town, pal, because I had a great time with you. And that watch is just Vacheron. I mean, listen, if I was going to lust after anything, it would definitely be that. Vacheron. For sure. Yeah. Renaissance is here. He's got pictures for the gallery. Thank you so much. And Charles is here. Hey, buddy, upvote it. Please upvote if you can. Makes a hell of a difference. You have no idea. I'm grateful that you're here. We love this guy. Congratulations to Panel Power. Carolyn Martin, this is what I said earlier. She said, that's a very upsetting thumbnail. Well, it was meant to be provocative, I guess. And because if dogs and cats can get along, why can't we? Dino's here. Dino with his beautiful Panerai, best loom in the business. I mean, there is no doubt. Sandwich tiles definitely make. I mean, that's the thing about Panerai. If you've got a wrist, man, you got to have a wrist. Like James M. Oof, man, did that look great on his wrist. I tried it on, and you know what? I have a 7¼ inch wrist. It's not the smallest. It's not the biggest. It's kind of like, a little better than average. And it looked all right on me. And it was the 8-day, right? Was it a 10-day or 8-day, James? I think it was 8-day. It was so beautiful. That luminescent disc, it's just such a beautiful watch. That looks great on you, Dino. Perfect. The purple one is here, Melly C. Happy Sunday, Father Dirk, and all the bashers. How are you, beautiful Melly C? And how is Andy M? Do we get an update on our beautiful Andy? The only good thing is, guy, let's put his banner up there. Let's go find his banner. Only good things. Remember that. He always said that. Only good things. I want to change that to how do I do this? Edits. I want it to be that. Only good things. There it is. The only good things guy. You listen, he's taking care of his parents. He's being a great basher. He's being a great son. And it is our duty to take care of the elderly. They take care of us. They nurture us through, and they guide us through life. It is our duty when they start to fail and are unable to do things for themselves that we are there, and we are grateful to you. Big hearts out to you, Andy M, for your beauty and your humanity. You're an amazing person. Can't thank you enough for that. Incredible stuff. Carolyn Martin throws her hat in the ring to help keep the lights on with 20 balloons. Carolyn Martin, the girl with the wrench, and her beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beloved William, who she lost last week. She's not had it easy, and I'm not going to dwell on this because I know you don't like me to do it, and I'm not going to, but I just wanted to say, oh, you know what? I posted a little video on Instagram, like I used that on YouTube because I was in the shops and I just wanted to go light a candle, and I came in at the end of Mass just in time for the collection. And I was very happy to see how packed it was. It was packed. It is freezing in New York City. It was 7 degrees when I walked out of the church, and I stayed till I didn't take communion. I just lit a candle for all of you guys. And the beautiful singing in the church organ in the background, I thought you might enjoy it. But Carolyn Martin, she had that candle, consider it for you because she's an amazing person who only gives, only gives, only gives, only gives. She takes nothing. She's an incredible example of what a human being is. She doesn't ask for anything. And she went through like maybe the worst month a person could possibly go through. It was like when I lost my Glaucus a week after my dog, exactly a week, not far from what she went through. It's pretty unbelievable. The hits just keep on coming, especially, and we often see this with great people. We often see them go through the most stuff. And that's why just keep her in your thoughts and your prayers, Bashers, because she's one of the great ones. She really is. So yeah, let's come up with something that's nice. Let's give you some serenity. Yeah, thank you, Carolyn Martin, for all that you do for the Bashers and for mankind. We're very grateful for that. Dirk, can you please read out my? I did. I beat you to it, Virgo. And we're very, very happy that you caught that, because that could have turned into a calamity. You started winding that thing, and that screw got involved, and man, you would have broken some teeth, and that thing, you would have had a movement nightmare. You're very, very, very lucky that you caught that when you did. You know, amazing. Ken Furby's here. Hello, everyone. Today, I'm thanking the ice god for the incredible, exciting sports, but also for the crowd booing Vance and the misses. Yeah, boo them, you. That guy. He's such a funny personality. He wrote a Hillbilly Elegy, and they made a movie out of it with Glenn Close and like a lot of top of the bill, some cast members, and he's just a fraud as a person. He's just he was a left-wing liberal Trump hater, and now he's a devoted soldier. Like, I don't know how that happens. Like, could that happen to you? Like, I always say, how do people wind up in cults? Because I'm one, Irish people can't be hypnotized nor any of that stuff. It's very, very rarely do you hear that Irish people wind up in a cult, except for, the big cult that I was just in this morning. But I just don't understand how anybody could be susceptible to flipping that way. I just, you grow up with a certain modicum of common sense, and you have value system, and once people get into the political arena, it seems all of that shit goes out the window, because you start worrying about favors, lobbyists, and you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, and all of those people, just as much as any other catastrophic government from the past. These people were all waiting for their ascension, because they were guaranteed, they're promised things. And that shows a pretty low moral fiber. It really does. I mean, listen, I'm not a fan of the left or the right when it comes to politicians. Very few of them. Very few people are actually out there to serve the public. Very few of them. It's power. They love the power. But yeah, he's a colossal douche. The Olympics are off to a flying start. Those downhill drone shots. Frickin' the Olympics since drones has gotten exciting tenfold. Drones, you know what I look at now? I look at movies like, just think of like Working Girl. Look, when the Carly Simon song is on, or the other day we're watching not a good movie. I forget what it was. It was shitty. I like to watch New York movies. They were helicopter shots, so it's jittery, and it's not great looking. Now with drones, you get perfect stability, the zoom shots, the ability to drop in altitude and altitude. It's just incredible how drones have revolutionized sport. Especially, remember when the first time you ever saw those cameras over the pitch or the football field? All of a sudden, these cameras they were on high speed wire. You don't even need that anymore. Now you just have drones. It's incredible stuff. It really is. I hope Lindsey Vonn is okay. We all do. The beautiful Robin's bird is here. All the ladies of the bash, which we celebrate every single time, because without you, we are all nothing, ladies of the bash. It's only 7% of the iBashers, but isn't it the best of who we are? I think so. Thank you, Robin's bird. Great to have you. Hope you sent us a picture for today. Remember, icy upvotes and snowy subscribes. Upvote if you can. Thanks so much. I've been watching the snowboarding big air competition. I've been keeping an eye out for Sheen's daughter. Yeah, you're probably never going to see her on camera, because she's the girl behind the lens. But you might, I guess, if they're using coverage from one of her colleagues, you might catch a glimpse. But it's freezing up there. They're all bundled up with really cool Olympic swag. And let's not forget who the official timekeeper of the Olympics is. Omega. Or Omega if you're from England, or Omega if you're from the United States. You can say it any which way you want, because Reynolds said so. That's from Rufus. Hello, Rufus, darling. And David Simons. Everyone, evening, lighting a candle for all you kind bashers, as did I, because we're the candle lighters. Wonderful. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Buona domenica a tutti. Happy Sunday to all. Wonderful, wonderful. It's very wonderful, wonderful. It's great to have you here, Vaughn. And I love that snarly kitty. Dirk, the hair and the beard are looking more like the Irish version of the Wolverine. Show us your claws. I keep my nails extremely manicured. I do it myself. I always make sure that I've got a very, very tight manicure. No claws here. Speaking of people from Vietnam, in the blinky, 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 blinky room, in the blinky, 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 blinky room. Hey, Blinko. Hello, Durkee and the Bashers. I hope you've got some vintage shots for today's Gallery of Bastards. We'd love to see it. How are you, Blink? It's been a while. Fergal, what happened to the Speedy? Well, you know now. Let's get some pictures of that. Did you have pictures of it with the screw loose? We'd love to see it. Ray says, no, but I have removed eggs from a female octopus, tentacles with hooks, slowly and carefully done, Julian. Octopus red waving. Wow, that's crazy town. Renaissance avatar photo is something that looks like it belongs on a bag of kettle-cooked potato chips. The cheddar ones with the British lights. Can we have a brief talk about crisps, potato chips? So, I don't know. The first time I discovered Kyo's was like a year ago, and I was like, wow, these are the greatest things I've ever had. I don't like them anymore. They're too much flavor, and I did buy their plain ones last week because I said, I don't think I've ever had them. I've had salt and vinegar, cheddar, and I've had the shamrock one. And, there's something powdery about them that I don't like. And then I bought a couple of bags of Tato. And I was like, that's me crisp. And for the American side, I like Lay's wavy. Because if you're going to just have a plain old potato chip crisp, that's good. The cheddar ones, but I've got to see the Julian's. Let me go back to Julian's. It's kind of it's not a self-portrait, but it is in line with the way he does stuff, which is pretty amazing. They call him Scotty Love. On my walk, listening without comment. Enjoy the show. What do you mean? If we don't get a comment from you, I don't know what's going on here. I trimmed like, I don't know, 3 inches off of this. I look like a biker. Never ridden a motorcycle in my life. Just lots of bicycles. You got a black heart. Dino says, Scotty Love, enjoy the walk, big ears. He's one of the droogs there. Glad to be with the Basher community today, and we're happy to have you. You and your beautiful boy. We loved him. We love you. I couldn't agree more. Dirk's hair beard is taking on. I trimmed it because of her. My hair is really crazy long, I know. And a haircut really bad. It's bad. I know. It's bad. I could have just greased it down and done a Don Draper. But I know what you mean. Hey, like 2 years ago, right before I did the show, I had grown my hair back down to my waist. Because I thought, oh my God, we have a new album. We're going to be touring, and I'm not going to look like a banker. It's going to be amazing. And I grew my hair crazy ass long again. I mean, it was nuts. Hold on. You've probably seen this. In the blinky, 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 blinky room. In the blinky, 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 blinky room. Gonna make me sing that all day now. I'm just logging into me iCloud. I changed my password, so. Oh, you want to see some great shots? You guys want to meet Gaia? You do, right? So her mom and dad are back, and they're amazing. Those two, they are just fabulous people, and This is Gaia. Am I sharing this? Hold on, let me share the screen. Look at her. Is she just the cutest thing you've ever seen? She's a sweetheart, adorable lady. She's so kind. I put the nanny cam. That's her out for a walk. You want to see this? I had the greatest time with her. I was trying to, she doesn't bring the ball back, but I was trying to get her to do it. Absolutely crazy town. Let me see. I'll show you. That's Gaia. I mean, I miss not having her around. I mean, she's around, but she's back with mommy and daddy where she belongs. Let me see if I go back to. You think that that's bad? Oh, yeah. Oh, some Italy shots. Oh man, Italy, how I long for thee. Oh, that's 2021. No, that is way later. I will find it. I will find you. I mean, it was ridiculous. My hair grows insanely fast. I could have really crazy long rock star hair in a year. Probably. I thought I had a million pictures of them. I got to do a video with one too, which was kind of cool. I mean, the whole idea of like having long hair or for rock is stupid, doesn't really matter. Especially nowadays. But I saw pictures of us performing in Greece, and I thought I looked like a banker. I was like, oh, I don't want to look like a banker. I did though. That was the problem. Surely there's one. Wow, I didn't take that many pictures. I thought I did. Maybe I just don't have them on this server. I'm in my iCloud. In the blinky, 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 blinky room. In the blinky, 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 blinky room. Oh, there's a picture of me and Dana on the deck that doesn't exist anymore. Well, currently it doesn't exist, but who knows? When all is said and done. Oh, this is really a 2020. No, it's going to be 2023, right? Maybe not. Sorry for taking so long to look this up. It's just really stupid. Why I'm taking this long, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is crazy. Ready for this? This was 2023. How crazy is that? Oh, 2020, November 2022. That's how long I let my hair grow. Can you imagine? How insane is that? This was for a video shoot we were doing. I mean, that's crazy town. This is a funny video. So yeah, I know now that I wasted all of your time with that nonsense. Crazy shit. Yeah, I get a haircut and 2 weeks later, it's a freaking mess again. Louise, hair looks fabulous. I wish I was brave enough to go short. I love short hair on the ladies. I think it's sassy. Very cute. Think about how that's revolutionized. Think about Miley Cyrus, modern parlance. Think about Mia Farrow. Think about all the great beauties that cut their hair off and got the really short bobs. Such a cute look. We trashed the Welsh yesterday and looked unbeatable, but then there is the French. Yikes, they are crazy strong. Sport. On the Moon Watch, only the Sapphire Sandwich has the exhibition bag. No, that's true. He put one on there. I'm pretty sure Fergal added one. I'm pretty sure. My beautiful neighbors, as a thank you to looking after their beautiful guy, they brought me like 800 boxes of Ely coffee. It's like, I'm not gonna have any problems. Hey, Drooby Doo, I shared some coffee with them because I said, hey, my friend has coffee and it's amazing, and he got papa. So I shared with them, and I still have so much left. Yes, no, the sapphire sandwich only comes on that watch. Yes, traditionally, but he had one. He had one fashioned for it. He did indeed. The Pam. There was the 10-day, right? It was the 10-day. The 9, 8 to 6, 10-day GMT. Beautiful watch. Absolutely gorgeous watch. NDM is doing okay, a little stressed out, but one day at a time. He sends to send his love to the Bashers. Right back at him, Melly C and NDM. We love you, man. We miss you having on the show. We miss you. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Bill Murray, Ghostbusters. Thank you, Dirk, for the kind words. I'm struggling, but so many family and friends have been there with thoughts and prayers. Special thanks to Melly C, who's been kind, giving me some extra Mork love. I know. Special lady. Beautiful Jocelyn Bittenbender, the ladies of the bash. Hello, beautiful lady of the bash. The incomparable Jocelyn Bittenbender. You know what she does? She makes me smell great. Forever, likely. We love you, Jocelyn. Great to have you on the show. Carolyn, you've been in my thoughts and prayers. We know that because you're amazing. Ken Furby says, Olympic time is Omega time. Omega. Blinky, blinky, blinky. Omega are great until they get a screw loose, right, Fergal? That's pretty good. Kyo's crisps are just posh tato shite in a fancy bag. You know, I'm starting to feel that way. Because when I first tasted them, I had the cheddar ones, cheddar and onion, and I was like, wow, these are gorgeous. Jesus. And now I'm just like, no, I want me tato. They just are, they're too thick. They're too thick. They're a bit too thick. I was like, let me open up this bag of crisps, and they're all a bit thick, right? And the flavor tastes powdery. It's got a powdery vibe to it. And I got the regular ones, and they were powdery too. You look like alfalfa from the Little Rascals. Alfalfa. Hey, Stevie _CI. Congratulations to Sheen started working at the Olympic Games. I was lucky enough myself to have worked. Hey, congratulations, Stevie, including 2 winter games in ground transport team for NBC Sports. Great times had, I bet. Bravo. How wonderful was that? What cities did you get to do? What cities? Greyhound. Yes, she is a Greyhound, and I think she's a Greyhound in Whippet. Is that correct or incorrect? Greyhound for sure, though. She's lovely. I'm with you, Ray. Yeah. And I worked in a DIY store when I was at college, says Dino. I worked in a DIY store where at college I was told to shave and get my hair cut. So I grew my hair and grew a huge beard. F you, the 80s, they wanted everybody to look the same. They did. It was the clone era. That's for sure. Robin's Bird is thinking of you, Carolyn. We know that. Thank you so much, Robin's Bird. Thank you so much. Names, Ray. Names. Tom, Dick, and Harry. It's time for the Gallery of Bastards. Yeah.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots that sublime the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
Now, when I made that video, I had already cut my hair off, so that is a wig. And I had a wig in a bag under my sink because many years ago, like 15 years ago, my nephew had a birthday party, and they said, come in costume. So I went as myself during the 80s. So I went to a costume store and I bought a long red wig because I used to color my hair red because it was just the look of the, Bruce Dickinson, Axl Rose. It was the look. So yeah, you can see I've got bangs, so I already cut my hair. Let's get started with the Gallery of Bastards. If you haven't sent me a picture for today's gallery, you know how to do that, right? You send it to Basherdirk@gmail.com. That is Basherdirk@gmail.com for the Gallery of Bastards. Send me your shots of the sublime, the obscure. Stevie said he was at London 2012, Sochi 2014, and Pyeongchang in 2018. Fantastic. Get a haircut, get a real job, get it together like your big brother Bob. Get a haircut, get a real job. Why can't you get it together like Bob? It's so true. We were joking the other night about things that your parents used to say back in the day. And I am Generation X, which is the quiet generation. We don't complain and blame people for stuff. our parents my mother used to be, she'd use all these different adages, like, wait till your father gets home, or because I said so. There were so many great ones back in the day. Really funny stuff. Let's start off with Olive Ready for Bed. This is, of course, the incomparable Andrew Wolkowicz and the incomparable Olive. Let me just get this crap off the screen. Banners. There it goes. Get off me screen there, mister. The incomparable Olive getting ready for bed. She's waiting for you to join her. Oh, hello, darling. Hello, beautiful Olive. Of course, his beautiful Morgana left the planet a couple of weeks back. And we're all here for everybody. Listen, it's just the worst part about having a pet is like, that they don't last as long as we do. It's kind of, that's not kind of unfair. It's completely unfair. We love you, Olive. Thanks, baby. Next up, we have Mr. Brooker, Weekend Watches plus the Mutt. We love that. Meaning Tilly. Beautiful Tilly. Oh. Hello, baby. Look at that beautiful girl. Hello, sweetheart. Right. Is this your prototype? It's not there. The Diver Supreme. He's got a man-sized wrist, that's for sure. Looks good on him. And then the big one, the big hitter, the Explorer 2 Polar. This was the hottest watch last year and the year before. How's this doing for guys who follow this stuff a little bit more than me? I remember how hot this watch was. I mean, this was hot. This was the Rolex. Everybody wanted it. And my humble opinion is that the Milgauss will get its 70th anniversary release. I think it's going to happen. And I think it's going to be cased up like this. They're going to ditch the oyster case and go super case. They're going to go crown guards. Because if you look this is just kind of like the product line now, it's kind of like the product line. It's kind of how it works, so if you look at this case, it's an oyster case, it's pure oyster, no crown guards, it's very slim, Of course, I always keep the coffee things on the bottom so I don't scratch that because I don't want to fuck with the case. But I think that what might happen is they might give this the super case. It's very possible. I think that's what's going to happen. I love that watch, though, man. Let's get back to Mr. Brooker because there's more. There's more from Mr. Brooker. Yeah, it looks great on you. Yeah, it's sick. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to go. Crown guards. It's kind of in the meeting in the middle, Beautiful. Gorgeous. And of course, he just designed a watch, which he showed us the other night, which is great. And beautiful Tilly. We love her. Hello, baby. We love her. Great shots, man. Mr. Blair for the Bashers. Nandor showing what commitment really looks like. Oh, this is the beautiful Nandor, everybody. We love Nandor. Oh, you guys are all calendar kings and queens. Remember that. Look at you. What a beast. What a beautiful beast. Now that I'm thinking about doing that reno over there, all I think about is like windows. I'm looking, I'll have to ask Jim Blair about those windows. They look like they open out and they look like they slide. Look at you. I mean, he's just like a cartoon character. He's so beautiful. Thanks, Jim. Thank you so much. Then we've got Fergal. Ginger trying out Saki's new box. Saki got a new box and Ginger's all over it. This is the funniest thing when you have a cat because they don't give a shit about toys. They just want the box. Now, I was very worried about the bubble last night because it was 0 degrees here in New York City. I mean 0 Fahrenheit. What is that? Minus 32 in Celsius. So, I got that heater for Rose and it's been good, but she's always saying I'm freezing cold. So he's got the heated house outside, but it's still too cold. So she closed the door, and I waited till she was asleep. I went in and I opened up the doors to the thing, but I've got like all these ways that she's not going to get cold. She's got heaters. But he was in his house all night, and I didn't get to see. He left at around 8:15 this morning, and I haven't been able to see him since. I just worry about him so much. This weather's got to get better because it's just so freaking cold out. Thanks so much, Fergal. And then we've got Spanish wine, Monastrella. So my beautiful neighbors trying to convince me about Spanish wine. I said, I've had listen. It's just a matter of trust. Listen, I've had some wonderful Spanish wines. For me, it's France, Italy, Spain, then all the rest of the stuff. And I know that Spanish wine is better than. I did have Portuguese wine, and I didn't think it was great. But you got to give it up for the country that have been making it. It's a very beautiful. It's a very beautiful label. I love it. I love it. Tomorrow and tonight. DeVille. Oh, don't do this to us, Fergal. Jesus. I mean, it's one of the prettiest dress watches ever known to me. Listen, I've said this a million times to people. Listen. I mean, listen. There's the Calatrava, and then there's the Calatrava killers. And in my humble opinion, I would much rather. I don't want a Patek Philippe. I don't. I've never lusted after one of them. Calatrava being one of them. But this, once you get into the late 50s and 60s and very early 70s, Omegas, which of this is an example, because this is, if you look, you see, that's the old logo. So that's the pre-modern logo. So this is dead 60s, gorgeous. Look at this perfect classic dress watch. And of course, Fergal's photography doesn't hurt. It's absolutely incredible. That's a dress watch, my friends. And you can get them, well, you used to be able to get them for a couple of $500, $600, $700. We got Paul's for $900. And that is, look at this, it's freaking gold. I mean, it's just, come on. Now, lots of watch companies back in the day, including Rolex, they did solid gold, but most of them were either gold filled or gold plated. But that's just okay. That's just what they were. That's just how they did it. Now everything's like, solid unobtainium, which is crazy town. That watch is nuts. This is from Julian. Some of the bashers might be interested in the equipment. It consists of a GH5 camera and the following lenses: Leica 50mm Summilux, f1.4 and zoom 24mm, 120mm Leica Elmar f28, and the amazing Leica 85mm f1.2 Noctatron. February 8th, 2026. Here are 10 photography art pictures from my archive. Are you selling equipment, Julian? And do you have pictures of this stuff? Interesting. A GH5. Well, we'll have to look that stuff up. Now, this is, of course, the incomparable artistry of Sir Julian. That I'm sure many of these photographs were shot with these lenses and that camera. Look at her, high fashion, high style. Look at her. Wow. It's a dog in a van. Okay, well, okay. I like that idea better. I think Julian is telling us what he uses. When you say you might be interested, I'm like, hey, are you interested in this? I'm glad you gave me that perspective. You never know. People, want to get rid of stuff sometimes. I don't think Julian's the type to get rid of anything, though. That's amazing. Is that like a pen slot? Oh, no, it's not. It's on a wall. How cool is that? Yeah, Julian is incomparable. Look at this. Look at this, a day in the life shot. Look at the angle of that. God, that looks like my niece. She lives in London town. Gorgeous. Look at it. Da, 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 da. Love the 20s. Oh, look at this beautiful building. Interesting juxtaposition of architectural styles, too. Looks like this, obviously, it's been bastardized over time, but very cool. Julian, outstanding. Who is this magnificent creature? Look at that. Wow. Is that Natasha Henstridge? She looks like her. Beautiful. Look at the way you captured that. That is amaze balls. I never understood that expression. Who it's amaze balls? What does that mean? Beautiful. Look at this. Is such a different side of Julian. Really and truly beautiful. Also, because the color is, but we all know what he does. Amazing. Look at that. Look at these juxtapositions of colors and styles. And that's incredible, Julian. Wow. I mean, if you just put Duran Duran on the cover, that wouldn't you swear it was a classic Duran Duran album? Incomparable Julian, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible. Look at that work. Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Amazing. Sir Julian, everyone. Okay, yeah. He was. Now I read that correctly. Say, maybe interested that it consists of, meaning that's how he shoots his stuff. Incredible. Martin Brown, you got a lovely kitty. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Martin Bronson show. And look what he's doing. Is that a Patron box? Did you buy Patron? It looks like Patron. Bronson is beating the living shit out of a box. Because that's what cats do. Look at that. That is a fun time for a cat. Give him a box and say, go to town. Look at it. He's the prettiest Maine Coon in town. Oh, and then the aftermath. I'm tired now. I think I'll take a nap. That's so great. Thanks, Mart. And that box didn't stand a chance. Belly see Eminem madness, smoking Mindy madness. Eminem madness, smoking Mindy madness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's the Mork Show. Not just for Carolyn Martin, but for everyone. This could be Mork. This could be Mork for everyone. Oh, and then there's the beautiful Mindy. She's having a snooze. She's just having a snoozy. And there's the two of them by the fire in their usual spots. But usually she's on the tuffet, isn't she? Incredible. Incredibile. Oh, look at the pretty lady. Hello, baby. Don't hate her because she's beautiful. Look at that. I just realized there's Charlie Brown down there. Oh, look at this. Amazing. Oh, you've made her like a little igloo. Oh, honey. Look at this face. She's too much. Mindy. Their black chin is just, oh, she's too much. Mork for president. I mean, is that not his propaganda poster or what? He's so amazing. But did he kick her off? He doesn't kick her off, right? He kind of does what I mean, he's kind of like the cuck, right? He does whatever she says. Look at that. These kids are too much. Mocking Mindy madness, mocking Mindy madness, madness, mocking Mindy madness. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mocking Mindy madness, everybody. Yay. Thank you, beautifuls. James M comes in hard with $4.99. Sorry about the New York weather. And sorry about the weather. Live 15 minutes from the Super Bowl game today. A lot of fun activities. Sunny and 68. Will enjoy family visiting. P.S. And you're in New York this week? Give me a call. I've got an ugly thing on Wednesday. You know, I don't have to tell you what that means, that it's ugly. But other than that, give me a shout. I'd love to see you. Get to dress up a little bit. Look nice. You're a sweetheart of a man. Let's give him a big bang, boom, schmack him, a mac 'em, a gaw, boom, 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 boom. Thank you, James M. You're a legend. Carolyn Martin comes in and says, next project. Oh, it's a new pen. Now, listen, Carolyn Martin is, she's on the fence about, going into commerce. And I said, well, if it makes you happy, why not? Why not just do it? Why not just do it? Look at this. Look at this beautiful concoction, this lavender, this periwinkle experience. I don't know how to make pens. To me, it looks like witchcraft, damn it. It's amazing. Mork stole Mindy's tuffet. She was sulking, and I could tell. You could absolutely tell. I know them so well at this point. I could absolutely tell that was what was happening. He kicked her off. Wow, he stole it. Would she put up a fight though? She wouldn't. He wouldn't kick her off, right? That's a beautiful pen, Carolyn. Gorgeous. Millie's new coat. Oh, look at this. Look at her coat. I mean, listen, back in the day when I had a dog, I mean, dogs already had their own coat, and like it had just started to happen. I think I had one coat and a couple of different leashes and stuff, but now it's a veritable designer world. I mean, Millie is just one of the most cutest things ever in the history of the world. Are those like lazy boy recliners? Do those things recline like it's a couch that reclines? I just noticed that. Is that what that is? Never seen such a thing. That's amazing. Millie. She, remember, you guys all got to jump in and decide what her name was. It was incredible. It was incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Then we got Ray Ray. That's a video I'll get a copyright on, so I can't play that. More Millie from Carolyn Martin, the girl with the wrench. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Millie. Hello, darling. She's enjoying some. She's really getting older now. It's incredible. We've watched her grow up so fast. Isn't that unbelievable? Where's my mouse? Did my mouse disappear? Didn't tell me I had a low battery. Low battery. Did I lose my battery? Hold on. Didn't tell me that I did. But I got backups. I got a manual. I got a mouse. I got a mouse. I guess this is dead. All right. Everything's rechargeable now, which is so annoying. So annoying. Thank you for that. Then we got okay, you did. Thank you, Robin's Bird Gallery, Pup and Callie. We love a calendar, girls. Each and every day of the year. Is that Neil Sedaka? I think it is. You calico baby. Amazing. Oh, Pup and Callie. Oh, none of the Basher pets are ever uncomfortable. The only uncomfortable ones we ever saw was when before Kay became a giant superstar. We didn't, it was incredible. Junie, we didn't even see her uncomfortable. It's amazing. Look at that. She's beautiful. Calicos are special too. Thank you so much, Robin's Bird. You have no idea how great that is. Thank you. We love getting as much as we possibly can. Thank you so much. Visilio, Sunday Lake Walk. I'm sorry I didn't mention Greece earlier. Of course I should have, because we got 3 years. You being like the preeminent one, of course. Having a lake walk. What's the temperature like over there in Greece right now? Everyone in Italy, I mean, even if you go there, it's in the north of Italy, so it's cold. To be fair. Look at that. Beautiful. World is a beautiful place, man. Incredible. Look at that. Oh. Hey, Chili Badger. Great to have you on the show. How are you? We're doing the gallery right now, so show off whatever you got, Chili Badger. Basherdirk@gmail.com. It's Basherdirk@gmail.com. We got a couple of minutes left of the show. We'd love to have your input. Amazing, Vasilios. Absolutely amazing. God, when you're so not used to chords. Amazing. Lake Walk 2. Lake Walk 2. Here you go round the lake. Mountains come out of the sky. They stop there. Beautiful. Wow. That is holy photography, man. Are you going to show off Chili Badger? You have the Milgauss, same one. Pick, God, pop it on. Send a picture, Basherdirk@gmail.com. Look at this photograph. It's insane. I'll put my Milgauss on if you put your Milgauss on. Wow. 16 degrees Celsius. All right. I'd take that any day. Wow. Beautiful, man. That is an extraordinary picture. Oof. Holy mac. That is amazing. Look at the lake. It is like glass. Wow. These are astonishing, man. Look at that. Oof. What's the name of that mountain range? Wow, that is beautiful stuff, man. Vasilios, you've outdone yourself. That was incredibly beautiful. Wow. Amazing. From William, we got the Steinhardt Bronze Military 40 millimeter with an ETA movement. Let's pop this on. This is a beautiful watch. Oh, this is the beautiful khaki one. I love this one. And I love that strap. If you're going to go NATO, man, that's the way to do. That's the way to go NATO, right? Look at that. Oof. It's a great looking watch. That NATO is delicious. On your wrist, it also looks tops, man. Because you could tell you got a real man's wrist there. You got yeah, that's a wrist. Perfect fit. And I love that color. It's all those neutral khakis, man. That is beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Explorer 2 playing pool. Do you shoot with that? You shoot with that on? What if somebody smacks you with the ball and shatters your sapphire? You don't want that. Look at that. There she is. That was her main watch for a while. She's a GMT girl. Let's all face it. GMT girl. But she was like, I think you gave that to the husband, right? To the husband. Doesn't he have that now? I don't think you wear that anymore. That's what I think. Yeah, beautiful. Gorgeous, Carolyn Matten. Gorgeous. Yes, Blinky. Wrist shot for the Gallery of Bashtards. Citizen Homer second. Oh, this is great. Oof, this is talk about dress watches. We are talking about this earlier. Look at that thing. Holy shit. Look at that. Citizen Homer. That is beautiful. You have some great, and that's a great strap too. You have really, really, really great taste in watches, man. Look at those hands. Oh, man, those Chevets. Those alpha hands are murder. Murder. That is so beautiful. Wow. And he gets all these watches in the Far East. Incredible, man. Blinky in the blinky room. Ray with a picture, with a video. Let's see. What is this? Is this something I can play? I'll play this. I think it's funny. I'll play it. I'll play that. It's funny. Hey, that's pretty funny. Hey, if you can't have a laugh, you can't have a laugh at all, right? Hey, cat vacation. Dog sitting my grandpup Vader in Florida last week. This isn't from my sister, and this is my niece's dog, Vader. I haven't seen Vader in years, and look at him. He's an adult dog now with a gray snout. Oh, my God. I remember when Vader was a baby. They live in in Florida now, so they're living up the sunny life and enjoying every single second of it. Amazing, amazing. Vader. He's of course in the calendar too. Amazing stuff. Yeah, I'll keep that open for a minute. Chili Badger, if in case you want to send the Milgas shots. He also sent the $2 super chat. Thank you, Dirk. No, thank you, man. Thank you so very much. And I'll give you the cowbells. Cowbell. 16 degrees Celsius in Greece. Well, it's amazing. Dino says way better than the UK, that's for sure. Blinky says great looking watch and strap. Yeah, I love it. He's talking about that Steinhardt. That is hubby's. Oh, that's your husband's wrist? Okay, there you go. Couldn't tell because you're playing pool. I was looking at the other stuff. Yesterday was rainy with thunderstorms. In Greece, the dial is very, very, very pale blue. Is that right? Oh man, oh Shevitz. Wow. Sorry, never a fan of NATO straps. I bet Drewby has plenty of those NATO straps on his plastic watches. Well, they come on. I mean, they come on them. Shout out to Drewby. Watch the replay. I used to say that years ago, I used to not be a fan of the NATO. And then I got a couple through various, I didn't go out looking for them. And then I realized how incredibly comfortable NATOs are. Because I don't know about you, but like I have a pretty hairy wrist. And you know what? Sometimes, no matter how great the watch, you get pulls and stuff. And it I'm just saying from my end. Listen, some of these NATOs that I have are just absolutely unbelievably great, especially the Timex ones. The weekend, this strap is like one of the most amazing straps I've ever put on my wrist. It feels like you're not wearing. Carolyn Martin will tell you the same thing. If this watch from the beautiful Melly and Andy M, this watch feels like you're not wearing anything at all. It's incredible. It's an incredible watch. I absolutely love it. I love it. I like NATOs now. You know what? And the variety. It's so nice. It all depends. I never liked them either. I never really did either. But I like them now. Walk notes above, comment skipper. What do you mean walk notes above, comment skipper? Where am I skipping your comments? Hold on. Hold on to the night. Oh, yeah, I missed a couple. Okay, here we go. Here you go. Kios Crisps. Kios. Jocelyn. Get a haircut, get a real job. Okay, hold on. Let me pull it down. James M. And great animals. Going to walk our Italian Greyhound after the Basher, says James M. There you go. Dino says, Ray. When I left, the manager said you'd only be good at digging holes. When I'm back to the store a few years later in a suit wearing a Rolex and a BMW, F you. He said you'll only be good digging holes. Really? He said that? Wow, that's pretty bad. Hold on. Walk notes. Here we go. Now I got it. So help me God, if I have to stop this car, always be a wise guy, thin, crispy, and sufficiently greasy. Is this a lyric? Laser. Oh, okay. So help me God, if I have to stop this car, always be, a wise guy, meaning, wise potato chips. People don't know. And it's, wise potato chips. Lays are dry. Those are crazy fast and expensive. Leica lenses. Oh, yeah, they are. Well, Leica is the best. I don't think anybody, it's inarguable, right? Leica is the greatest. I mean, unless you're getting into Rolleiflex and Hasselblad when it comes to large format. I mean, Leica is the be-all, end-all in photography, that's for sure. I don't think there's a Nikon or a Canon. They're not even in the same universe. I don't think so. I'm not a photographer, but I'm surrounded by photographers. And while they all make great cameras, I don't know, man. Some of those old reportage things, amazing stuff. Leica. Here's the problem. Wise are too greasy, and wise are always burnt. And while I like burnt potato chips, Sometimes they would be green also. I think the quality control, I don't even know. Wise doesn't exist anymore. I've not seen Wise potato chips. This is an East Coast brand potato chip. I have not seen them in a very, very long time. But I would definitely buy one if there was one around. Is Nick in the stream? We will find out. No, he's making dinner. He's making dinner for his gang, right? That's what he's doing. Yeah. So no, not happening. And I fixed that. All right, I didn't get the shot, but next time, right? Chili Badger. We'll do the Milgauss thing. I would love to do that because Melly C's got one too. The three of us have the black dial Milgausses. Isn't that super duper great and cool? Anyway, guys, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and germs, that's the show. Thank you so much for coming here for Sunday Mass. It's always great to share with you on a Sunday. I'm going to go take a nap. I'm grateful. I'll be back for Speedy Tuesday. So put a Speedy on your wrist or whatever else floats your boat. Doesn't matter. There's no judgments here on the iBashers. Thanks so much for all the great Gallery of Bastards that you sent for me today. It was a pleasure and my absolute privilege to show them to you as is always. Thank you so very much. So see you Tuesday and go in peace to love and serve the bash.
Sweet hymn, it lifts a sigh of pray all the days our hearts desire. It's Sunday Mass to be inspired.
We gather here, our faith like fire.
Together we're strong.